Good morning, lovely tubers. White Mexican back again with another video. Today I'm going to be discussing one of my all-time favorite nostalgic classic Generation 1 booster set, Magician's Force. So we're just going to get right into this here. I think you guys kind of know my opinion on Dark Magician Girl and the TCG here. I really don't I love this card, but it's all about the OCG Japanese artwork. I really don't like our artwork that we got here. The uncensored version is just utter trash and completely inferior to the Japanese version, in my opinion. Starting off here with Tribe Infecting Virus. This is currently a banned card. We're going to take a look here at these first editions. There's a couple at the bottom of the first page, and they get just under $10. For some lightly played first edition super rare original print tribes. Spell Canceller. There is two here for about 7 in the middle of the first page here. And it quickly jumps up to about the 10 range. 818 for this one over here. There is another version. There's an ultra rare from Dark Revelations, but I would personally get the original print first edition. Wave Motion Cannon's a pretty awesome card. It's really slow and it can be destroyed really easily. It's ridiculously expensive for a common. I'm pretty sure that there's only 2 versions of this card, both of which common. 3 versions. Okay, there's a super rare. Not really attainable, really expensive from a champion pack, of course, but both the common versions are about 5+ each, so it's a pretty nice price if you want to sell this card, especially the first editions. They're going for about 6+, 5+, so that's a pretty awesome card for burn decks if you can actually pull it off without it getting destroyed. Breaker the Magical Warrior. I want to take a peek not so much at the original print Ultra, but the Legendary Collection's Secret Rares. I'm sorry, the Master Collection Volume 2 Secret Rares. This is definitely the nicest rarity of Breaker that we have here in the TCG. This is almost bought out. There is literally 1 page left, and the highest wall is a 3 of. Cheapest one is going to be just shy under $6, and then it tops off at 33. This is a really, really beautiful, deep secret rarity printing in this set. Really old school set, super awesome set, and it just looks so amazing in the secret rarity. Luster Dragon, really beautiful vanilla card we got here, and the first edition's fair, pretty nice price. There's only 2 pages left. First edition pops up for $9 right here for the cheapest, and then it tops off at about 18. I pulled up an eBay searching right here. There's one listing here for a bid for both Luster Dragons, the LOD, and the Magician's Force one, both first edition. This is bid, unfortunately. I'm in Japan, so I don't know what the shipping calculating is going to be. But the cheapest buy it now here is $16 on eBay. Really beautiful card, really beautiful artwork. And it's almost bought out, so these first editions are definitely going to fall in line with the collector's market sooner than later, in my opinion. I don't really need to worry about these anymore. An amazing card, but we already got a super rare reprint finally after like thousands of years. This card has awesome artwork. It's kind of a neg too, so not really worth it. Plus, it's kind of situational because you're using your opponent's cards, which may not always be beneficial to you. I just love the artwork in this card. It reminds me of like Star Wars, like using like force push against your enemies or something. These have really cool artwork. I love this like old school style artwork. It almost like borderline looks kind of like Magic card stuff, maybe artwork. I don't really know anything about Magic cards, but I just really love the old school artwork on this. A really cool thing that I just learned today that I just had no idea about. There's a really cool trap card that you need to have all three of these different type of monsters on the field that just like essentially nukes your opponent's hand and field. It's pretty awesome. This card's pretty cool. If we get more, I know we got some Buster Blader support. If we got better Buster Blader support or more in the future, I think this card would definitely be a highly used card. Unfortunately, there's only commons right now. But even the commons, for some reason, these ones are a couple dollars. But the original prints are well under $1, so you can get those. Magical Merchant. There is a super rare that is just completely unattainable. It's ridiculously expensive right now. I think the best alternative would be this Star Pack 2014 version, but even that is still a couple dollars itself. I really like this card. For some reason, there's like none of these on TCG Player. There's only 3, and they're about $2 going on 3. So this is pretty nice, but I mean, there's only 3 left of those. Once those are gone, you're going to be pretty much stuck with the first edition original prints, which isn't too bad. I just really like this effect. It lets you mill from your deck and kind of go through your deck a lot quicker. You can get off this old school slow flip effect, but well under $1 for even the first editions. Original print commons, just an awesome card. I kind of have mixed feelings on this card. I like the second effect mostly, how you can special summon a level 2 or lower spellcaster type monster based on defense position, because you can either get Old Vindictive Magician and potentially pop one of your opponent's cards, or there's also um, another card that I'll go over later. I can't remember what it is, but there's another card that came out in the sets level 2 that's pretty good too that you can set, and it's another nice flip effect. The fact that you can add a spell counter maybe to a card, maybe with the new spellcaster structure deck that revolves around counters, maybe be kind of good. I just thought it was kind of interesting for the special summon effect. Kaiser Coliseum, this is a super banned card, ridiculously powerful. I used to love running this in my old school beater decks. Unfortunately, it's been banned for quite a while now. Only common versions, unfortunately. This card would look so amazing in Secret Rare. I really hope we get it in Secret Rare eventually when it comes off the ban list. This is another kind of choice they had. Some of this market is going to be focusing on kind of the new spellcaster support stuff, the new pendulum slash spellcaster structure deck thing that we're going to be getting here in a little bit in the TCG. This is pretty cool. I think this new deck has potential to do a lot with spell counters and populate and kind of recycle and do a lot of stuff. And I think, you know, eventually maybe it can get a high count of spell counters and maybe pull this card off and essentially have a Harpy's Feather Duster and a Regeki and just nuke your opponent's field. So that's a pretty interesting thing. Maybe it'll see play, maybe not. But first edition, there's one here for under $1. Same over here. There's only 3 pages left. Rare Gold Armor, this is kind of interesting. I mostly just thought of this card because you can combo it with Moon Mirror Shield. And if you guys aren't familiar with that card, that's like one of my all-time favorite. Actually, it is my favorite Equip Magic card. It's really awesome. I'll just preview it here for you guys so you can read it really quick so it makes sense for the combo. Essentially, Moon Mirror Shield lets you just run over anything, any opponent's monster. It makes it 100% 100 attack stronger, So you can pause the video and read this really quick. I just wanted to showcase it really quick. I don't want to spend too much time on it, but it's a really cool combo with this. If you know you're playing, what's that card called? Um, I'm blanking, but the link card, the warrior link card for Noble Knights that you summon, and it allows you to dump equipped spell cards into your grave. But anyway, this is pretty cool. If you comment off with Moon Mirror Shield, I think it's pretty cool. It defends your other monsters, and basically makes sure you can run over anything with Moon Mirror Shield. So if you double up with this, so just kind of a cool card. Only 2 commons versions, I believe. So not a whole lot of, plenty of availability, just not a whole lot in the market in general, and just a cool old school looking card in general. My bad is a shield. This used to be really popular back in the day, like way back in the day, and saw some play. I'm not really concerned about this common version. There's actually a DT version that's really cheap right now. Mistake, sorry. The DT version would be the ones, if you were to invest in this card, I would definitely get the DTs. They're under $2 here. They look really nice. Has like the shatter foil, DT foiling. And there's plenty on the market and well under $2, so why not get a play set just to have, you never really know when this card's gonna come back into the meta. Royal Magical Library, not really concerned about this common. There was a super rare that we got in one of the tournament packs. Keep on doing that, I apologize. OTS pack. And this card, it amazes me to the day with all this hype of this new spellcaster stuff coming out and all the counters and all this crazy combos and all that stuff, racking up these counters. This is always just one of my all-time favorite counter cards. Spell counter card. It's just really awesome. Draw power. It's a not once per turn. It was used a lot with Exodia builds for mass draw power, and now that it came foil after all these years, I think it's really awesome. I have several of these personally, and they're still pretty cheap. The majority of the ones I got were about $1 range, and it's going up slowly, only 3 pages left, and they're pretty soon going to be hitting about 3 bones a piece. Definitely a healthy alternative, though. Amazoness Tiger. I don't really know anything about Amazoness. I never build Amazoness. I want to talk more specifically about the Ultra Rare from Legendary Collection 4. This is an amazing reprint set, Legendary Collection set, whatever you want to call it. Check it out. Same with Yugioh's World. Those had really awesome staples, high rarity, and relatively cheap, and just looks super nice. I just think it's kind of a cool card. I call this the Blue-Eyed Shirkan, because if you guys know the Shirkan from the Jungle Book, he just reminds me of Shirkan. It looks just really badass artwork, not a bad effect. Again, I don't really know anything much about Amazoness players and decks, but I just think it looks pretty awesome. Giant Orc, I love this card. I used to run it, you know, with Goblin Attack Force and all my beater decks back in the day, way back in the day. Unfortunately, we still do not have a holo version of this. Just 2 of the original set, or 2 commons. This card would look so beautiful in Secret Rare. Like, I could just see this black and green deep secret rarity would just look so great. Still no 22 beater. Technically, you know, only really going to be able to swing with it once, depending on the situation. But just I love the artwork, and it's just a really old school nostalgic card that's pretty awesome. And I still think it could see the light of day and play. We just need to get a secret rare version. This was that card I was talking about. Huge revelation. Basically, you need to have the 3 cards on the field. It's pretty much unplayable. You're not really going to pull this off. Maybe somehow, miraculously, probably not, because this set is ancient, and Konami's probably already completely forgot about this. Is like Lost in the Black Abyss. But basically, if you have the 3 monster cards, the ones I was talking about with the really cool old school artwork, people running about, oppress people, ignite resistance, face up on your side of the field, send all cards in your opponent's hand to the graveyard, and destroy all cards your opponent controls. So basically, it's like a kind of like a Witch's Strike, essentially. Just a lot harder to pull off, but I just thought that was kind of And these are the 3 cards right here. They all have really cool old school artwork, and this card is like the combo piece for it. But I just thought that was kind of cool just to mention for nostalgia value. All super cheap too. I mean, I just to have first edition prints of that, this set being so ancient, and all those 4 of those cards are super cheap. I mean, I wanna just have the set just because I think it looks cool, and just because the set's so old, I think it's really cool just to have that combo set in general, just for like collector's value, even though you never pull off that combo. Let's see. So just for generic Union support, unfortunately there isn't any hollow versions of this, all just commons down the line. But you never know when Konami's going to give us more Union support, and I think this would be a staple in that. You just get to slap 1 extra per turn, which is pretty cool. Remove brainwashing. There's no hollows of this either. There's okay, I lied. There's gold, but let's get real. No one plays with gold. I think this is another card that will look really awesome in Secret Rare. Kind of like the distraught facial expression on her face. Pretty interesting artwork, in my opinion. But it's pretty cool because if you play like Lava Golem or Kaijus, you can basically like have this and you know, clear your opponent's board, wipe their monsters off the field, and then just steal your monster back and attack them with it. I particularly like it with Lava Golem. It's pretty cool because you can swipe 2 of their monsters and then slap them for 3k. So that's pretty awesome. Yeah, awesome combo if you can pull it off. Anti-spell, this is more kind of going off of like the new support with the counter stack and spellcasters maybe. It basically is just a counter trap, so super quick, and it can negate any magic card by removing 2 spell cards. Again, with the new support, we'll see if we can. They can show a lot of combos where you can rack up easily and quickly a lot of spell counters on your field, and you can basically just stop any spell, any magic card with this card, and it's a counter, which I like, which is pretty cool. I considered this for a little bit. I was trying to decide if I wanted to show this or not. The only reason I was thinking about showing this is because I was thinking of Gren Maju, um, and it just being super beefed up. You basically just swinging over something and then doing the piercing and essentially like winning no matter what. And then also the fact that when it gets removed from the field, it removes from play that monster, which is always kind of a good thing because there's a lot of recycle things with those removal decks. They want to kind of have that remove the modules so they can get it back with like Necroface or something. So I thought that was kind of interesting. Internet's being kind of slow, so I'm just going to kind of pass by that for now. Magical Scientist, I love this card too. We've yet to see a holo of this. This has been on the ban list for so long. Like, I'm really surprised that Chaos Emperor Dragon came back before this card. It's pretty insane. This card needs a secret rare printing. I love secret rare. I guess you guys can kind of tell by now I'm a little biased towards the secret rare printing. But this is just such an awesome card. I love this card so much. And, you know, like I always say in most of my videos, I believe all cards will come off the ban list eventually, regardless if they get errated or not. And the first editions are well under $1 here. There's several on the market, so this is definitely something to consider. It also has really killer artwork. I love the magical alien lab in the background. I just reload the same page twice. What's going on here? Start, it's not I just wanted to show this card really quick because not really this card in the TCG, but the OCG artwork's actually really cool. If you guys get a chance, I would take a look at the Japanese OCG artwork of this card. It's a lot different, and it looks cool. Violent. Old Vindictive Magician. This card, there's a super rare that's really old and really expensive. I was just thinking of this because, you know, old school combo, you can summon this off of Apprentice Magician, and it's kind of just like a 1-for-1 old school flip effect. Not really a big deal, but just wanted to pass that off really quick. Alright, so this is... If you can use this card the way I want to use it, it doesn't say anything about a hard once per turn. Nowhere in this effect, and I checked out all versions. There was a couple different commons, 3 different commons. I read all of them. None of them say a hard once per turn. So the way I'm interpreting this, you can use this effect. More so, I'm focusing on this second effect. You can also remove 2 spell counters from this card to destroy 1 monster on the field. So again, with the new spellcaster, magician, whatever it may be, stuff coming out, where they can potentially rack up a lot of, or whenever in the game, if there's a way to rack up a lot of spell counters, you can basically just move spell counters onto this card, and you can just continually just be popping and just, you know, recycle and just essentially maybe clear a field. I don't really know. Of course, it's going to take more combo pieces than just Magical Marionette by itself. Really cool artwork too. Again, unfortunately, there's only commons. All 3 versions are commons for us here in the TCG. But I just think it's, you know, the way I'm thinking of using it, I think it'd be a really cool idea. Just mostly because there's no hard ones per turn, and, you know, if you could find a recycle factor, you could just continuously just be destroying pretty much all your opponent's monsters, which is really awesome. So that's just food for thought if it works out appropriately. This was the other card I was thinking about that you can summon. You could summon Vindictive Magician or Magical Plant. Madrigola, however you pronounce that colorful name. And again, just spell counter support, so not really a big deal. But just wanted to kind of show that really quick. And it's pretty cool. I totally forgot. Like it's like the original spell books came out in this set. They're just kind of worded oppositely, but it's kind of interesting. You can see a couple different ones in here, like the origins of spell books. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to say for that. A really killer set. I'm sorry, I was just kind of looking at my notes here, make sure I didn't miss anything. I did a short review here before I actually started recording this video. But again, don't get this card, get the Japanese. It's way cheaper, better rarities, and the original artwork, uncensored, is completely superior. That's basically the most important note I have for this video. But that's pretty much all I'm going to say about this. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys learned something great. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and we'll catch you in the next video.